Welcome back. Okay, it's cold. Yes, very cold. Apparently it's like 5. I have to check the temp, but I think it said it was 5. Inside the shop today, it was 10. I think just below it, 9. And there's no heating the shop up to make it comfortable enough to work in, not on a day like today. We have a snow band coming in. It's weak. We're not going to get much snow, but when it's 5, you don't want to be outside. The wind is barely blowing, but it's enough to drop the wind chills to the negative numbers. I know that's not really cold compared to places up north, where it's minus 30 for a high today, but in Oklahoma, that's ridiculous. And it's ridiculously cold. Welcome back. Okay, probably not going to be a video this week besides this one because it's 4 degrees outside and it's noon. It got down to, what does he say we got down to last night? I think I saw this earlier. It was 1.9 or something last night. Low temp today. That's not, let's see. So yeah, got kind of chilly last night. Temperature gets that cold in Oklahoma, you have to drip the water faucets. Pretty much anything below 15, you probably ought to drip your water faucets. So I have the faucet in the sink on the north wall, and the kitchen sink, it's dripping right now, and in my bathroom is dripping because it's on the south wall. But all the other plumbing in the house is inside the house, so it stays warm enough not to freeze, or it's under the slab. The building codes here only require us to bury our water lines to 18 inches, which is the typical freeze line. Thankfully, we won't have this temp for very long. It'll be back in the 20s, but it is snowing, which it's not expected to do very much on us. Up north in northern Oklahoma, it is snowing pretty hard, and I've watched some videos. I've looked at some posts of some of the overlanders in Oklahoma that are out today, running around, because, you know, that's what you do. Here come the squirrels. I think they're probably hungry. There's enough pecans on the ground. They shouldn't need sunflower seeds today. So, all right, I'm going to set up, and we'll take a look at some things I need to get done this spring so I can use my Land Rover. Okay, short-term goals list. Here we go. Finish rust abatement. Okay, so we have the passenger side wheel well to complete. That's a couple of more welds. Little bit of work with got to paint the bed liner stone chip stuff underneath. We got to get that completed. Then we have the sills. Actually, that should be subbed. Okay, so we have the sills. There have some holes in the sills. I probably ought to patch. The B pillar also is toast on the passenger side. I will have the B pillar panel piece for that bottom. I ordered it from YRM. It should be in next week, so I can cut that existing piece out, and then sort how that sill needs to be repaired underneath. That's going to be welding for sure. We'll get that one done. After that, we have to run the power in the back of the truck. I want to run some 4 gauge, 6 gauge, 8 gauge, something from the front to the back so that I have power back there. I want to have a fridge at some point. I need power charging ports. I'd just like to have some power back there, so I can plug gadgets in or whatever if I'm camping out of the back of that. So I got to get that done. Power management system, DC to DC, putting a battery in. That's probably in the future too. So I need to plan wiring for all of that. Now that I've got it all apart, before I put all the trim back in it, probably ought to wire something up and get ourselves a plan. That's going to take a bit more research. And that battery, if it's the one I want to get, it's probably $1,000 on its own. It's expensive stuff. So planning ahead, that's probably a good idea. I do have a wire, I do have an extension wired into the truck for shore power 110. It's in the front. I used to run a heater when I was daily driving it and parking it in my driveway in this kind of weather. I would run a ceramic heater. After I got home, I'd just plug it in and walk away from it. I'd always get into a warm truck with no ice, except when it was extreme ice events. When we had 4 inches of ice fall in one night, I'd still have to scrape a little bit, but not a lot, but still had a warm vehicle. I need to get that integrated into that system as well. So there's a bunch of wiring to be done. After that, I do need to install the radio. So I do have a new radio. I have the radio purchased. I have the speakers purchased. I have the cameras purchased. I have not installed them. I do want one in the front and I want one in the back. So the cameras can be plugged into the display on the radio, so I can watch the front or the back. Now, those cameras I think also could be used with a different display. So I want to have those wired in such a way that I can switch to the new display if I want to. So there's going to be some planning and thinking through on that. Then GMRS, everybody's doing GMRS these days. When my buddy Larry and I go out, we usually use FRS, the cheapy stuff you can buy from Bass Pro Shops or whatever. We use those. They work fine. We don't usually get that far apart. And we want to talk to each other when we're in or out of the vehicles. We are able to do that. It's not a worry. So those things are already in place. So, but if we're going to go GMRS, I need to get a license, and I also need to get the lit radio sourced and get it installed as well. Not sure where to put that, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. Radios need to be done. Oh, and my cousin gave me a booster. Right, here it is. I have it in the shop. I have it in the room. So I have a cell phone booster as well. So he bought me this, or gave me this out of his truck, one of his trucks. So I have one of these. So this also has to be installed. That's got the big old antenna at the top and all that stuff. So all of that has to be wired in as well. So that all needs to go somewhere and get that in place so everything will be wonderful when I want to use it. And need to get cell signal out in a remote place, at least for texting. I assume those work well for calls too, but I know they work for texting, so I'll use that for sure. But that's it. Mrs. Okierover came home today from the doctor with COVID. So, and my son is recovering from flu A. So the house is a charnel house of illness, which is awesome. So if I catch either one of those two, it's unlikely that I'll have a video next week because I'll be laid up with that. But if my protocols stay in place and I isolate myself as I have been and just limit my contact with them, I should be able to survive it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Sorry for the short video this week. Again, it's too cold outside to do anything effectively, and I don't need to lose an ear or the tip of a finger or my toes so that we can have content on the internet. It would be unpleasant to work in this temperature anyway. So that's it. All right, short video. Thanks for tuning in. My video from last week hit pretty hard, and I was pretty impressed with that. Let me try to get my YouTube up here. My air compressor video did pretty good. Let's find my, there they are. So this morning, air compressor video, 157 views. That's pretty good, guys. Awesome. I don't know if it's got, because I had used different tags or not, but that worked pretty good. You guys also liked the passenger side fender rust video at 213. I appreciate that. Thanks for the views. I appreciate it. I like it when you click like, and I like it when you comment. So like and subscribe, and definitely talk to me. I love to hear comments back, even if I'm doing it wrong. Help me out. I'll do it better, learn more. So it's good to learn from others who've already done this stuff. Oh, the big snowflakes are starting to fall. Great. Again, it won't last long, and we can only have a little band for us. So like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the content as we move forward with our project. Some Land Rover stuff coming up in the spring. I am not confident to say I will get that beast on the road by then, but my goal is that we're hopefully driving it in April. Really want to be driving it this spring. I need to sort out whether we're going to need to go ahead and get that ignition sorted out and replaced. About 75% of me wants to just go ahead and just replace it and just be done with it. Reliability matters. So when we're out, I don't want to be on the back of a tow truck in the middle of nowhere waiting 6 hours for somebody to show up and then charging me $500 to haul it someplace else. Don't want to do that. All right, that's it. I've tried to sign off twice. Now I'm actually signing off. Have a good week. Stay warm.